welcome everyone to the NEA Sports preseason football show. I'm Ryan Fletcher. Along next to me is Marcus Carlton and Coach Randy Coleman, as we are excited about the upcoming football season. Guys, it's here.
It is. I mean, the summer flew by, and if we can just get the hot weather to move out, man, I think everybody's ready for football.
Coach, we got a lot of good teams to talk about today.
Yeah, there's a lot of good teams in this area, and Friday nights, there's nothing like it. It's going to be a lot of fun, and looking to see some of these teams really pave their way this season.
Okay, well, up ahead on the show, we are going to break down tons of teams from the Northeast Arkansas area. But before we do that, we're going to take a commercial break, and a big thank you to our sponsors. Again, you're watching the NEA Sports preseason football show.
America is a great country. It's a country that believes that its former Olympic athletes should lead the parade. It's a country that looks and admires the dedication and the athleticism of the participants. And it's a country that never mocks our religious symbols. Here at the Central Dealerships, we support our great Olympic athletes and we support our great nation.
Our journey began way back in 1891 with a group of folks who believed that this community deserved a local bank. Well, it's been over 130 years, and we're still the only true community bank in Northeast Arkansas. Our core beliefs in supporting the places that we call home hasn't changed, and it never will. We care about you. We care about our communities, because every journey matters.
Supercenter is your Yes We Do That store. Pac Mail, Tim, what's that all about?
That's right, Trey. Pac Mail can scan that, copy that, shred that, return that, design that, cut that, print that, pack that, ship that, crate that, freight that, notarize that. Trey, at Pac Mail, we can do all that and more.
Pac Mail Supercenter, the Yes We Do That store. 361 Southwest Drive in Jonesboro. Don't trust just anybody to do all that. Trust Pac Mail.
At Glen Sain, we've spent over 70 years trying to do things the right way, with honesty, heart, and hometown pride. With 4 locations across Paragould, Rector, and Kennett, we offer a wide selection of GMC, Chevy, Buick, and Ford vehicles, and service centers to keep them running strong. We're a family-owned business, and we treat every customer like one of our own, because after 70 years, that's what matters most.
Since 1945, we've been more than just a bank. We've been deeply rooted in communities across Arkansas, growing alongside the families and businesses we serve. We started the Farmers and Merchants Bank in Stuttgart, Arkansas 80 years ago to ensure working folks could borrow money to run their farms, fund their businesses, and build their families' futures. Today, Farmers and Merchants Bank is proud to continue supporting our communities, including our students and athletes. Farmers and Merchants Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
First team we have up is the Pocahontas Redskins. Marcus, a team that you'll find out a lot about in that conference.
Yeah, no doubt. And Pocahontas is one of only 2 teams in that 3-4A conference that has a returning head coach. They're down to 6 teams now in the conference, and Casey Chester and I believe Kenny Simpson are the only 2 that have been there previous years. But look for big things out of Pocahontas this year, because quarterback Spencer James, who was injured early on last year, is back at full strength. He's a true dual threat quarterback, but I expect to see Pocahontas use him more in the pocket to try to keep him healthy. And a little bit of change for Pocahontas. They're going to use the pass to set up the run. That's a little bit in break tradition from what Pocahontas has done in the past. But they'll be, I think they'll be in good hands with this quarterback. He had a really good summer at the Manning Passing Academy, went down, learned a lot, and turned some heads while he was there. So I think that, along with Xavier Ballard, their star running back, I think their offense will be there. The question will be, can the defense get enough stops to where they can hold on and make some noise in that 3-4A conference.
The next team we have up is the Mark Tree Indians.
Yeah, Coach Dunn lost a ton of talent from that team last year, guys. They graduated a 3-year starter at quarterback, a tight end in Jonah Walker that was a phenomenal athlete, great basketball player, but what a target to throw to. And then TJ Hodges transferred, who was the best player on their team. So they're going to be very young this year, inexperienced. But as Coach Dunn said, it's an opportunity for other guys to be able to step up. And he's looking at P.J. Powell and Chance Duke right now, still kind of, as of media day, battling out at the quarterback position. Duke is a move-in. He likes his arm, whereas Powell, he said he started since the 7th grade. So he said just some consistency there for him is key. His big thing, more than anything, is improving defensively. He feels like if they can do that, they'll compete and have a shot to make the playoffs. Marcus, we have the Truman Wildcats.
Yeah, we're going to stay in that 3-4A conference, and I mentioned earlier, a lot of new coaches, a lot of new faces in that conference. Jake Snyder is one of them. He inherits a Truman team that finished 6th last year in the conference. They went 3-7. He's got some pieces to work with. You know, it's going to be about establishing his culture and getting a quarterback situation where he's got 2 guys that can both compete and they both bring something different to the table. Caden Donovan and Drake Harlow both. It'll be interesting to see which one of those guys takes the lead in that quarterback role, and then you've got 3 starters coming back on the offensive line, which is huge. I mean, that's big. And then, of course, he's still got Gavin Cubitt anchoring that defensive line for the Wildcats. So look for them to, maybe struggle just a little bit early, but once the light bulb comes on, I think you can see good things from them.
Coach, you got the Southside Southerners, a team that returns a lot of players, and there's a lot of hype behind this group.
Yeah, if I were to tell you that a team went 13-1 last year and their only loss was in the semifinals, you would probably think they're a senior-heavy team. But they returned the state's leading rusher in Owen McLaughlin, who rushed for over 2,100 yards and 27 touchdowns. They got the quarterback back in Trey Allen, who threw for 18 touchdowns. And then they've got Braden Simpson, coach's son, and Leighton Neal on defense. Braden had 133 tackles. Leighton had 177 tackles. Throw Braden in on the offensive side as a wingback who can, make a splash when everybody's keying on McLaughlin. And the Southside Southerners are a team that could really make some noise. They got a transfer in from Midland. It always goes to show that when teams are successful, they get better and better and better. The rich get richer. You're starting to get transfers. Probably got some more kids from Batesville. They're that team that everybody's going to be looking at. They're going to have a target on their back, which might be different from last season. But Kenny Simpson's experienced. He's got a lot of experience on both sides of the ball. Southside's going to be fun to watch this year. They're the conference favorite, expected to make noise in the state. We'll see what they can do with the target on their back.
East Poinsett County Warriors have been and played guys in back-to-back state championships, coming up just a little bit short in football. That being said, they enter this season hands down as one of the favorites in Class 2A. I've got a feeling, barring injury or something significant like that, they're going to find themselves back there again, and hopefully this time they can win it. That being said, we caught up with Coach Powell and some of his players. All right, here live with the EPC Warriors on the NEA Sports preseason football show. We have Quincy Perry, Ashton Rill, and Coach Brandon Powell. Coach, if you would, just talk to us a little bit about the upcoming football season.
Yeah, really excited about the upcoming season. We got 13 seniors this year, biggest group we've had in a while, and after being back-to-back state championship games, really excited about having a group coming back and getting there and finishing strong.
Talk to me a little bit about offensive and defensive side of the ball, what that's going to look like for you guys.
We'll look very similar to last year. We returned 10 starters on offense and 9 starters on defense, so it's going to look very similar. We're going to try to be explosive. We're going to put the ball in the air a little bit more and try to make more explosive plays in the air.
Quincy, talk to me a little bit about positions you play and your role on the team.
I play wide receiver and defensive back. our role on the team just to keep us going at all times whenever we need plays, make plays, and just lock up my man on defense.
You rather play offense or defense?
I like defense.
Okay, all right. Ashton, same sort of question. Your role on the team, positions you play, and that sort of thing.
I play around the D-line and linebackers on defense, and I play guard on offense, and I do a lot of blocking. Get the ball up the field.
Okay. You got a preference on what side of the ball you'd rather play?
Defense.
Defense. Okay. All right. Y'all like to hit people, I guess. So, okay. Coach, you know, to be at Little Rock 2 years in a row, come up just a little bit short. But, I mean, the thing is, with all that being said, y'all are still one of the biggest, most powerful teams in Class 2A. Obviously, there's some unfinished business there. How do you approach that this season, and what do you talk to your players about?
We just try to stay consistently do what we've been doing, you know, keep getting there, then eventually it'll go our way. So just stay consistent and keep working like we have been.
Talk to me a little bit about, you know, you got to play games before you ever get to that point. So talk to me a little bit about the conference this year.
Yeah, our conference is what helps us get to that point. You know, our conference is so loaded and it's a grind every week. So our conference being so talented, it really prepares you for the playoffs. So once you make it through that conference play, you're well prepared for the playoffs. So I give all the credit to our conference and the matchups we have to play throughout the season that prepares us for that.
Non-conference schedule, I believe y'all have Walnut Ridge again this year. They're very talented. Who else you got?
Rivercrest and Manila. So
Okay.
Right out the gate, Walnut Ridge and Rivercrest, you know, two big games, and those two teams really do a good job preparing us for our conference play.
Right. Okay.
America is a great country. It's a country that believes that its former Olympic athletes should lead the parade. It's a country that looks and admires the dedication and the athleticism of the participants. And it's a country that never mocks our religious symbols. Here at the Central Dealerships, we support our great Olympic athletes and we support our great nation.
Our journey began way back in 1891 with a group of folks who believed that this community deserved a local bank. Well, it's been over 130 years, and we're still the only true community bank in Northeast Arkansas. Our core beliefs in supporting the places that we call home hasn't changed, and it never will. We care about you. We care about our communities, because every journey matters.
Every year, billions of dollars in packages are stolen by porch pirates. Don't let it happen to you. Don't worry, Pack Mail's got your back. For as little as 33 cents a day, you can rent a secure private mailbox and have all your packages delivered safely to Pack Mail. They'll even text or email you once your packages arrive. Then drop by during business hours and pick them up. Pack Mail, your shipping headquarters, 361 Southwest Drive in Jonesboro. And don't forget, holiday shipping begins now at Pack Mail.
At Glensane, we've spent over 70 years trying to do things the right way, with honesty, heart, and hometown pride. With 4 locations across Paragould, Rector, and Kennett, we offer a wide selection of GMC, Chevy, Buick, and Ford vehicles, and service centers to keep them running strong. We're a family-owned business, and we treat every customer like one of our own, because after 70 years, that's what matters most.
Since 1945, we've been more than just a bank. We've been deeply rooted in communities across Arkansas, growing alongside the families and businesses we serve. We started the Farmers and Merchants Bank in Stuttgart, Arkansas 80 years ago to ensure working folks could borrow money to run their farms, fund their businesses, and build their families' futures. Today, Farmers and Merchants Bank is proud to continue supporting our communities, including our students and athletes. Farmers and Merchants Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
I want to welcome everybody back to the NEA Sports preseason football show. We were in EPC. We're going to go over to Rivercrest now. Coach Brett Harden, late here in this offseason, has taken over, guys, as the head coach. Love Coach Harden, great offensive mind. Excited to see what they can do there. Let's find out what he and his players had to say.
If you would, Coach, just talk to us a little bit about football season about to start up.
We're excited about the season. I have a great senior group coming up, so that's going to make the transition really easy for me. Great athletes, but also great kids. We have about 9 or 10 seniors, so it's a smaller senior class, but they can all play.
Offensive side of the ball, what's that look like?
Pretty much stay the same. We'll be spread. We're heavy read option RPO. Got 2 returning receivers that had 1,000 yards and 16 touchdowns and 900 yards and about 15 touchdowns. So we have the 2 top returning receivers in the state. Got Kylan Sanders right here, so he'll be a 2-year starter at running back. I think he's gonna have a breakout year. We'll have to have a quarterback battle. It's going to be between Jade Young. Jaden says he's receiver, and he wants Jaden Ralph to take the reins, which I'll tell you what, Jaden Ralph came in after baseball season. He gave him a brand new haircut, and he was just a different kid after that. He's a younger brother of Joe Lewis, so I think after his brother graduated, he felt like, he's the guy now. So he has done a tremendous job.
As far, you take over as head coach, what does that do in terms, because it was, odd time of the year for that, but as far as a shift, because you were offensive coordinator, are you still going to call those plays?
Yes.
So basically you're going to do both.
Right.
Okay, so that kind of ends the shift, I guess, to a degree. Okay, just wanted to ask that question. Jaden, he referred to you as a kind of the utility guy, do-all sort of scenario, where he said you could be at the quarterback position some, but primarily you're a wide receiver. Talk to me about playing those different roles.
Blessed, my coaches trust me to get the first down or touchdown and lead my team to win every game we got on the list.
Why is it that you rather play receiver? Is there a reason?
Be creative, catch the ball, and score. I can have my quarterback an easy assignment to do.
Buddha, first off, love watching you play basketball, but I know you love playing some football too. Talk to me about your role this year.
I feel like I just got to step up, lead everybody, push everybody hard. Got a lot of young guys. It's going to take a lot to get to where we want to get to, but I feel like I know what it takes to get there.
Yeah, okay. And to Kylan, he talks about you taking over that running back position. Got a good, strong build, obviously. Where you about 6'2"? 6'1". Are you all speed? You going to run some people over? What's that going to look like?
It's going to look good on speed. It's good. Just being a good leader.
Okay.
So, Randy, the Newport Greyhounds, another really good team in that 3A3 conference that's going to battle it out. It's a conference that might see a state champion. So, tell us a little bit about the Greyhounds.
Yeah, the 3A3 is one of the powerhouse conferences in the state. And Newport, coming back from a year where they went 9-3, averaged 46.3 points per game. They've got Luke Reynolds back at quarterback, who set school records, throwing for 22 touchdowns, rushing for another 700 yards and 12 touchdowns. He's really what drives the whole ship. Josh Austin, who took over as offensive coordinator last year, has a lot of confidence in what those guys can do. They got to move in from Riverview, who they expect to be the running back. Coach Reardon's really high on him. And then defensively, Cole Carpenter's back again. They're switching to a 3-3 stack defense, which means they can attack more. And if you put athletes in Newport with an attacking defense and a high-powered offense, I think Newport could, it's really going to come down to, Osceola, Rivercrest, Newport again. But those 3 games are going to be must-see games on Friday nights coming up this fall.
All right, Marcus, next up we continue to stay from Newport to Hoxie in the 3A3. Tell us a little bit about the Mustangs.
Yeah, that 3A3, we talked about it. It's a monster. And I mean, you're talking about, when you talk about Hoxie football, you have to talk about the institution that is Tom Sears.
Mm-hmm.
He's been there forever. Been to deep in the playoffs, and then coming off of a year that I would say is probably not up to Hoxie's standard. They finished 4-6 on the year, did make the playoffs, lost 2 in the first round. Kind of not a real good game for them, but they have a lot of key pieces coming back. One thing of note, though, they don't have any quarterbacks coming back that started a game last year. So that'll be interesting to see who's going to slide into that role and be the captain on the offense and kind of lead things. Until they get that figured out, they're going to be leaning on Robert Martinez, their running back that's back this year. He was almost a 1,000-yard back last year. Look for him to have another great season. And then remember this name, dual threat player, Max Slaughter, fullback, linebacker. He comes back on defense, leading tackler returning. I believe he had about 60 tackles last year. So look for Hoxie to bounce back. It's kind of like being in the SEC. It's just a tough schedule to have in front of you. But, you know Tom Sears is going to have his kids ready to play, and they're going to play hard.
Drive on down south, Interstate I-555 to Marion.
And I lean toward coaches. That's just my nature. Lance Clark at Marion is one of the best coaches around, in my opinion.
You said that a lot. I've heard you say that a lot.
And I just think Marion is a tough place to play. Marion, they've got Benton and Jonesboro and Sheridan. I mean, the conference is tough, but if Marion can get a home playoff game, I think they can make noise in the playoffs. And it all starts with Jeremiah Dent at running back. He's back. He's got 17 D1 offers, including 1 from every Power 4 conference. Zayden Walker's back at quarterback. Again, I'm going to go coaches. They hired a new offensive coordinator in Dylan Musselman. He's had coaching stints in Alabama and Iowa. It's going to be interesting to see what changes he does from other states and how it injects into the Marion Patriot program. I think they're going to be very good.
Here with the Walnut Ridge Bobcats, Coach Blake, if you would, just talk to us about upcoming football season.
Yeah, we're excited about it, excited to get started. This is a good group. This is really the first group that I've had that have been conference champs whenever they were 9th graders, every one of our groups, so our 10th, 11th, and 12th graders, and we're just excited to have them all together. We're excited to get the season started. We've had a great summer, great lifting weights and just getting pad camps 7-on-7s. We've done a lot of stuff this summer, and these guys are ready to go. Conference, which Rivercrest, Osceola, Newport, Hoxie, they're always up there. We're just, and it's not just in our region. It's really the entire state.
Yeah.
I mean, there's probably the 3A is always wide open.
You're right.
There's probably 16, 17 teams that could win it all. And we think we're one of them. And it's just how you play on that Friday night, and that's really how it goes in 3A. It's probably the most wide open division in the state.
I love that style of football. Talk to me about what that might look like for you this year.
Really just, looking for completions. Last year we threw it short. We had completions, but this year we're able to, with our new sophomores and fast speed, we're able to get people open and be able to pass the ball and get more completions.
Okay. You're still going to run it, though, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I say throw the ball more. It'll probably be 15 times a game instead of 5.
Okay.
So.
All right. Cash, talk to me a little bit about what your role in the team looks like.
I play receiver and DB, and I'm here just to support them when I'm off the field.
Okay. All right. And Aiden, he talked about you being on the defensive side of things and recovering from an ACL tear. Hey, how has that been?
It's been a journey.
Yeah.
I did PT, and that really helped getting the strength back.
Mm-hmm.
Track has helped a lot too. Running, my knees feels a lot better now. It feels as good as it ever did.
Okay.
It's hard to get to the top. But how do you stay at the top? Hard work every day. Central Dealership has the same philosophy. I'm Austin Reeves, and I'm proud to be part of the Central team.
Milligan Heating and AC works to serve the Northeast Arkansas community in meeting all of your HVAC needs. Give Justin Milligan a call at 870-243-2820.
Our journey began way back in 1891 with a group of folks who believed that this community deserved a local bank. Well, it's been over 130 years, and we're still the only true community bank in Northeast Arkansas. Our core beliefs in supporting the places that we call home hasn't changed, and it never will. We care about you. We care about our communities, because every journey matters.
Whether it's your home or your business, Delta Glass is Northeast Arkansas's clear choice for superior glass products and services. Delta Glass is known for their internally produced insulated glass units, providing quick and precise replacements for most all windows. If you've just completed your dream home or a recent remodel, Delta Glass provides the most sought-after custom shower enclosures and mirrors in the industry. Storefront glazing can create an inviting professional atmosphere for any business facility. Delta Glass specializes in custom design and fabricated storefront systems for all sizes and styles. If you're in need of superior glass products and services that are second to none in the region, call Delta Glass today at 870-520-6290 or visit them on Dan Avenue in Jonesboro.
I want to welcome everyone back to the NEA Sports preseason football show. Coach, we're going to talk a little bit about Nettleton Raiders in the 5A East.
Yeah, and let's be completely transparent up front. The 5A East is not the toughest top to bottom. Valley View is dominated. Nettleton always plays Valley View very, very tough, and this year it's at Nettleton. You know, so I think that's kind of where you have to start. And then you look at the guys they've got coming back. They got Xavier Harrell coming back as all-state running back. You've got Damon Coleman coming back on defense that had 120 tackles. They've got speed everywhere on both sides of the ball. They've got to find a quarterback because Maddox Hampton graduated. You know, got to find some depth at the O-line. But they've got speed on defense. They've got the returning, you know, the bell cow for the offense and Xavier Harrell. And Stephen Hampton has got to like, with Valley View at home, the chances he has to really, really, you know, try to get in there and get a number one seed for the playoffs. And Valley View is probably a little down this year after losing Gartman and Andrew Jones and all those guys. So, you know, it's there for the taking. Can they stay healthy? Can they keep those key pieces going and getting better throughout the year, build that O-line? It's going to be interesting to see what Nettleton does this year, but I think they really got a chance.
Marcus is going to talk a little bit of eight-man football, according Bobcats.
Yeah, we're going to step over into the unsanctioned side. There's two divisions there, sanctioned and unsanctioned. Corning is in the unsanctioned. Had a great year last year, 7-1. Farrell Shelton, you know, he's a Hall of Fame coach at Missouri. He's brought back the winning culture to Corning. And, you know, look for them to have another good season in that unsanctioned 8-man. They've got Connor LeGrand returning at quarterback. He's a junior. Now, the key to this is their entire backfield. He is the oldest guy in the backfield at a junior. They're all sophomores and one junior in the backfield. O-line and D-line have some key pieces returning. Ty Price plays both ways on the line. Arguably one of the strongest kids on the team, squats over 430, 440 pounds. So he's got a good anchor right there on both lines. You've got a 3-year starter coming back at linebacker. And this 8-man, if you've not watched it, it's really fun to watch. Yeah, it is just kind of like football sped up to 200%. So watch out for Corning in that 8-man unsanctioned.
Randy, let's talk a little bit about the Win Yellow Jackets, and again in that 5A East.
Yeah, 5A East we've talked about could be up for grabs this year. And Clay Toddy, legendary Arkansas high school football coach, you know, he brings that smash mouth, grind it out football, offensive football. He's got Christian Wren coming back at running back. He's got a proven offensive line. They're going to try to control the clock and control the game. Defensively, there'll be multiple. They're going to put pressure on the opposing. One thing, anytime you're going to get a Clay Toddy coach team against anyone, they're going to be well scouted, and he's going to adjust. Anytime a coach says multiple, when you ask them what kind of defense there are, means you never know what you're going to see until that Friday. So they're going to be well coached, and I expect Wynn to be very good this year and make some noise in the 5A East.
At Glensane, we know extra time is hard to come by. Your hands are full, your days are packed, and time doesn't slow down. We work hard when you have a service issue. With full service centers at each of our 4 locations, we will always do our best to make it convenient for you and your busy lifestyle. Thank you for trusting our family with your family for over 70 years.
Our journey began way back in 1891 with a group of folks who believed that this community deserved a local bank. Well, it's been over 130 years, and we're still the only true community bank in Northeast Arkansas. Our core beliefs in supporting the places that we call home hasn't changed, and it never will. We care about you. We care about our communities, because every journey matters.
It's hard to get to the top. But how do you stay at the top? Hard work every day. Central Dealership has the same philosophy. I'm Austin Reeves, and I'm proud to be part of the Central team.
Every year, billions of dollars in packages are stolen by porch pirates. Don't let it happen to you. Don't worry, Pack Mail's got your back. For as little as 33 cents a day, you can rent a secure private mailbox and have all your packages delivered safely to Pack Mail. They'll even text or email you once your packages arrive. Then drop by during business hours and pick them up. Pack Mail, your shipping headquarters, 361 Southwest Drive in Jonesboro. And don't forget, holiday shipping begins now at Pack Mail.
Milligan Heating and AC works to serve the Northeast Arkansas community in meeting all of your HVAC needs. Give Justin Milligan a call at 870-243-2820.
Whether it's your home or your business, Delta Glass is Northeast Arkansas's clear choice for superior glass products and services. Delta Glass is known for their internally produced insulated glass units, providing quick and precise replacements for most all windows. If you've just completed your dream home or a recent remodel, Delta Glass provides the most sought-after custom shower enclosures and mirrors in the industry. Storefront glazing can create an inviting professional atmosphere for any business facility. Delta Glass specializes in custom design and fabricated storefront systems for all sizes and styles. If you're in need of superior glass products and services that are second to none in the region, call Delta Glass today at 870-520-6290 or visit them on Dan Avenue in Jonesboro.
Since 1945, we've been more than just a bank. We've been deeply rooted in communities across Arkansas, growing alongside the families and businesses we serve. We started the Farmers and Merchants Bank in Stuttgart, Arkansas 80 years ago to ensure working folks could borrow money to run their farms, fund their businesses, and build their families' futures. Today, Farmers and Merchants Bank is proud to continue supporting our communities, including our students and athletes. Farmers and Merchants Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
I want to welcome everyone back to the NEA Sports preseason football show. Randy, staying in the 5A East, it's like your assignment on the show, I guess, but it's now the Brooklyn Bearcats.
Yeah, Coach Mark Hinsley, a great football coach. He's been there long enough now. His philosophy is established, and you saw 6-4 last year. You can tell that they're headed in the right direction. He lost some key players last year, but he returns enough that he feels really good about what they've got coming. And, the two-back offense that they run, I'm impressed with. They're going to have to limit turnovers that they had last year. But I think, again, we talked about the 5A East. being a little top heavy. I think Brooklyn's going to start pushing their way up the standings this year, and I expect Brooklyn to make some noise.
Got a player that I love the nickname, and he's a difference maker for them. Big Play Gabe Carter.
If your name is Big Play Gabe, I mean, one, you've done something to earn that, and two, you got a lot to live up to.
Yeah. Well, looking forward to Brooklyn this year.
Ryan, we're going to take a trip up to Clay County, the Rector Cougars.
Yeah, Rector, just a couple years out of winning a state championship, guys. Obviously, they've built this culture up there in 8-man football. I'm excited for them. I'm glad Coach Hendricks has done a tremendous job with small numbers, and they don't have a ton of players, in terms of numbers this year, but they've got talent, and that starts with Chance Lopez. He will be the quarterback this season. They're going to run the football a lot, and they're going to do it very successfully. He's going to be anchored behind guys like Lawrence Willingham and Colt Reddick, two big men on that line. That in an 8-man, you're going to play on both sides, so that's just part of it. But Lopez is a guy to really kind of focus on. He's going to put up huge numbers this year. A lot of folks have picked him as somebody that's going to be a big difference maker for them. Their big goal is to get playoff bound. They're going to make the playoffs. It's a question of how deep in the playoffs they're going to go. All right, Marcus, back to the 4A3 conference, and it is the Gosnell Pirates.
Yeah, you said Randy was the 5A guy.
Yeah,
I guess I'm kind of the 3-4A guy with this because another new coach. We talked about this earlier. A lot of new faces. New head coach for Gosnell, Chris Smith. Now, he's not somebody that's new to Mississippi County. If you know Mississippi County football, you know the name Chris Smith. Played at Blytheville, was a great player. Spent the majority of his career to this point in Tennessee. Great record, 94-32 during his time in Tennessee. So he's going to bring that over to Gosnell to try to get them back where the Pirate fans expect them to be. And he's got some good pieces to work with. Azarius Gonzalez is the all-time sack leader at Gosnell. He's coming back for another year, so the defense looks like it's going to be in good hands. And then on the offensive side, you've got a 600-yard running back returning in Kylan Young. And then watch out for this kid, Mylan Booker. He's an incoming sophomore, but he was a 1,000-yard back in the junior high. So look for him to get some carries and maybe kind of spell Young a little bit, and that may be a two-headed monster by the time the season's coming to an end.
Ryan, we're headed to the 3A3, and you're going to tell us about the Harrisburg Hornets.
Yeah, I'll say this. This is Austin Jarrett's third year, guys, to be there. When he came in, one thing that he made very clear was he wanted to be there, and he wanted to see this thing through. They had a lot of turnover, and he is very, very excited about this season. He feels like this team could beat that first year's team or that second year's team by 3 or 4 touchdowns. Now, what that equates to, we'll have to find out. I think they're going to be far more competitive. Obviously, they're playing in the 3A3 that's just absolutely brutal, but they think they've got a chance to make one of the playoff spots for sure, and he feels like they have a chance to literally be in every one of these football games. They've got Javen Thompson returning. He's a running back. He rushed for 515 yards, had 10 touchdowns last year, so that's nice. They have an inexperienced quarterback in Briar Jones. He played all season last year as a cornerback, moving to quarterback, so we'll see what that looks like for them. And a guy I want to mention is Trent Fitzgerald. He played offensive guard, linebacker, and served as the team's backup quarterback last year. So he's got guys like that are willing to do whatever it takes to win. And that says a lot about what Coach Jarrett's building in Harrisburg. Marcus, you will be covering the Westside Warriors full season, I believe, this year.
Yep.
And it is only fitting that you would be the guy to talk about it.
Yeah, I got out of the game for a little bit, couldn't stay away from it. It's just in my blood.
I think I called that.
Yeah, you did. You told me I'd be back, and I am. But it's a new era at Westside. Bobby Engel leaves after several years there, takes a junior high job at Greene County Tech. Tyler Garr comes over from Jonesboro, brings a new energy, a new culture. You know, anytime there's a coaching change, you always have a renewed energy around it. And it seems like from talking with Coach Gar and some of the parents, there's a big buy-in from the kids. They're going to have their biggest roster that they've had since the 2019 season when they won the conference. You've got junior Ashton Pickering coming back at running back. You're going to have Aiden Turner, a sophomore at quarterback. And then I think this is going to be the big story and possibly a key to success. You've got two guys on the offensive line. Between the two of them, you're looking at over 600 pounds of beef. And Kai Cameron and Austin Woolridge on the offensive line. That power spread offense, we'll see what Coach Gar can do with the Warriors this year.
Coach, we've seen a coaching change over in Blytheville, a former Arkansas Razorback. So tell us a little bit about him and the Blytheville Chickasaws.
Well, Rod Stinson is as good as they come. I coached against him when he was at Pine Bluff. Head coach at Pine Bluff for years. A lot of success there. Last few years, he's been the defense coordinator at Marion. The one thing that I know that he's going to bring to the program at Blytheville is discipline and consistency. And, you start mixing athletes with discipline and consistency, and it's scary. I mean, if I were an opposing coach on that schedule and I see Blytheville with Rod Stinson as the head coach, I'm going to be like, oh, we don't know what we're getting into this week. Yep. They've got Chad Bell at quarterback. And in Hooten's, it says track athlete, Chad Bell. So there's speed there. But then I'll tell you one thing. They got Courtney Rogers at running back, who's 6'2", 220. He's a Boys State delegate, big physical runner. I'm sure Coach Stinson's going to rely a lot on him. But I think Blytheville's going to be very good this year.
So, guys, the Valley View Blazers coming off a Final Four season, best season in school history. They lose a ton of players, but still, they're the favorite in the 5A East. Hands down, I think you can't not pick them at this point. We caught up with Coach Sean Cockrell and some of his players.
Here with the Valley View Blazers coach, Sean Cockrell. If you would, just talk to me a little bit about the upcoming football season.
Yeah, we're super excited about this 2025 season. Really excited for these guys to kind of find their own identity after coming off such a great year. Everybody keeps talking about that, but I want these guys to kind of find their own way, and we will. So kind of excited about the question marks we have, and then the depth that we have. How's that going to be coming into the season? And they have a great opportunity to be a really good football team if they'll all come together and kind of work and trust what we're trying to do in our process as far as coaching them. And offensively, it starts at the quarterback position. We've got a question mark there, but Levi Manning, Taylor Heineman, Barrett Mallett, those guys are really battling out there, and we'll find one. We may play two or three for a while.
Parker, start with you. Kind of talk to us about position you play and role on this team.
We're placing Andrew Jones on the outside. Big role to fill, but my job out there is just when ball's thrown to me, get it, and if I'm running the ball, make sure I hold on to it and get as many yards as I can.
Rylan, same sort of question for you. Where are you at? What's it look like?
So this will be my third year for this high school team at corner. So I'm really trying to be a leader for this team. In the secondary, we have a lot of new people coming up at secondary, basically like Coach said. Don't really have nobody returning other than me, myself. So I'm going to try to be the leader and lead everybody in the right direction this season.
Houston, I believe he mentioned you help anchor the offensive line. Talk to us. I know Judd was he one with experience last year? Both of them were. So talk to me a little bit about having that experience and you two kind of helping lead that.
So yeah, I'm a returning starter at tackle. Me and Judd Miles both been here. We started since our sophomore year, and me and him have to really just set the tone and be an example for those younger guys coming up.
Westside Athletic Booster Club. We're the team behind the team. Becoming a member of the Westside Athletic Booster Club is a rewarding and valuable contribution to the Warrior Nation, our school, and most importantly, our student athletes. The purpose of the club is to promote athletics at Westside High School in an atmosphere that is consistent with the educational philosophy of the school community. Check out our Facebook page for more information on how to become a member. Westside Athletic Booster Club. We're the team behind the team.
At Glensane, we've spent over 70 years trying to do things the right way, with honesty, heart, and hometown pride. With 4 locations across Paragould, Rector, and Kennett, we offer a wide selection of GMC, Chevy, Buick, and Ford vehicles, and service centers to keep them running strong. We're a family-owned business, and we treat every customer like one of our own, because after 70 years, that's what matters most.
Mail Supercenter is your Yes We Do That store. Pack Mail Tip, what's that all about?
That's right, Trey. Pack Mail can scan that, copy that, shred that, return that, design that, cut that, print that, pack that, ship that, crate that, freight that, notarize that. Trey, at Pack Mail, we can do all that and more.
Pack Mail Supercenter, the Yes We Do That store. 361 Southwest Drive at Jonesboro. Don't trust just anybody to do all that. Trust Pack Mail.
Milligan Heating and AC works to serve the Northeast Arkansas community in meeting all of your HVAC needs. Give Justin Milligan a call at 870-243-2820.
Since 1945, we've been more than just a bank. We've been deeply rooted in communities across Arkansas, growing alongside the families and businesses we serve. We started the Farmers and Merchants Bank in Stuttgart, Arkansas 80 years ago to ensure working folks could borrow money to run their farms, fund their businesses, and build their families' futures. Today, Farmers and Merchants Bank is proud to continue supporting our communities, including our students and athletes. Farmers and Merchants Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Whether it's your home or your business, Delta Glass is Northeast Arkansas's clear choice for superior glass products and services. Delta Glass is known for their internally produced insulated glass units, providing quick and precise replacements for most all windows. If you've just completed your dream home or a recent remodel, Delta Glass provides the most sought-after custom shower enclosures and mirrors in the industry. Storefront glazing can create an inviting professional atmosphere for any business facility. Delta Glass specializes in custom design and fabricated storefront systems for all sizes and styles. If you're in need of superior glass products and services that are second to none in the region, call Delta Glass today at 870-520-6290 or visit them on Dan Avenue in Jonesboro.
Want to welcome everyone back to the NEA Sports preseason football show. Just got a few more teams left to go. And Coach Cohen, let's talk a little bit about the Jonesboro Golden Hurricane.
Yeah, place that's near and dear to my heart. And Tyler George, I love him like a brother. He's a great coach.
And I told you, just to interrupt you, his wife can really cook.
Yes, she can. she really can. You know, I think there's a lot of excitement and a lot of positivity going. You know, it's third year as Tyler's stay as head coach at Jonesboro. He's got Asa Myers back at quarterback. He's got T.J. Brown, who ran for over 1,100 yards and 18 touchdowns last year. You got Desmond Golden anchoring the defensive line. You got Noah Wendell that comes over from Valley View, big strong kid at linebacker. The thing about it is this. That conference is very tough. You know, you got Benton, you got Marion, you got Sheridan with Kevin Kelly there. But last year, they lost 3 games by a touchdown or less. And if they get those wins that they didn't get, last year, then you're up there high in the conference looking for good playoff positioning, and they can make some noise.
Ryan, we're going back over to Mississippi County. We're going to talk a little bit of Manila Lion football.
Yeah, Coach Fisher has been there a little bit now, kind of setting the tone for what he wants to do, guys. He's got several key returning players that he likes. Again, we talk about that conference they're in. It's very tough, and it's just a matter of staying focused. You may get drummed one week, but you got to put that behind you and find yourself and get a playoff spot. Like I said, he turned several key players. Start with the defense for once. Caleb McWhirter, Dawson Howard, and Dakota Miles. All three have been returned as 3-year starters on defense. So they're going to be a focal point of that team for them. Another thing of maybe some certainty is at the wide receiver positions, Hudson Harrison. He is an athlete, plays basketball, baseball, football, and he's good at every one of them. He's going to be a playmaker for them. I think caught for around 500 yards or so last year. He's a good all-around athlete. Then you got a guy by the name of Brody Morris. He's going to play safety, but he's a returning running back for them. Great athlete. Going to be a leader on that team. 2 guys on the line that'll anchor that line, Caleb Birmingham and Clayton Hawkins. So they've got players in each spot where they've got that experience. Patrick Fisher is going to be the quarterback this season. They like his leadership, but they're going to run first before they do anything else. So I like what they got at some of the skill positions. I think there's some concern maybe on the offensive and defensive line. Marcus, let's talk a little bit about the Cross County Thunderbirds.
Thunderbirds looking to make some noise this year in their conference. See what I did there? Thunder noise.
There you go.
There's my dad joke for the day. 7 wins last year. They've got a lot of key pieces coming back. Van Pascal is got his guys ready, just as usual, just what you would expect out of him. Cale Searcy going to be the starting quarterback this year. He came in late last year, got a few starts, got a few games under his belt, worked hard this offseason, and he's earned that starting position. The story of the Thunderbirds is going to be their big lineman, Danny Beal, Oklahoma State commit, one of the best line recruits in the state of Arkansas, and then Sawyer Powell is going to anchor that defense. And watch for Beal to play a little bit on the defensive side of the ball as well. He had several tackles last year, so he's a threat either way. Look for them to give EPC a challenge for that conference.
Ryan, all right, we're headed down to Cedar Ridge, and tell me about the Timberwolves this year.
Some 8-man football. Cedar Ridge had their greatest season in school history last year, 10-2. One thing that Coach Morgan made mention of is that their 2 losses came against the 2 teams that played for the state championship guys. So a lot to look forward to, and they lost some guys, but they've got some major pieces returning. You could argue they've got their best offensive player and their best defensive player returning. Jonas Elms at quarterback. He accounted for over 20 touchdowns at that position last year. And then you got a Wesley Horton on defense that had over 100 tackles and 10 sacks. So they're good there in both of those spots. 2 all-conference guys they got coming back. Running back is Cash Martin, wide receiver Bentley Bullington. Both those guys will also play on defense and linebacker position. So, at 10-2 last year, you got those key pieces returning. Look for them to make a run at a state title. So, Coach Coleman, let's discuss the Paragould Rams and their upcoming season.
Yeah, Randy Phillips is back as the head coach. Last year they started 3-0, and I know everybody's was high on that record, and there was a lot of promise, which that is a great thing to do. And then they went 0-7 in the conference. But one thing I really like about the Rams and what Coach Phillips is doing, he took a look at that. Now he's coming back with a lot of those players coming back, and he's just tweaking the offense just a little bit. He's going to a shotgun wing tee, which traditionally all the run game is going to be the same. So all that power kind of grinded out run game that you're going to have in the wing tee's got, but now he can air it out a little bit more. Again, we've talked about how the 5A East might be a little bit up in the air this year. I think Paragould is trending in the right direction. Now, how quickly they can get there, we don't know, but I think Coach Phillips has got them going well.
All right, guys, the Osceola Seminoles finished as conference champs last year. They return a ton of key pieces and are going to be one of the best teams in Northeast Arkansas and in 3A.
And so if you would, just talk to us about the talent you have coming back, those expectations, and what things are looking like over in Osceola.
Well, skill-wise, we have a lot of guys returning. Of course, 2 4-year returning starters, quite a few 2 to 3 year returning starters that we feel could help us propel
And right now, games are won and lost up front. So we're young up front. We lost 4 starters up front, only have 1 return. So what we're doing now is just trying to find what group works best with each other. And
just talk to me a little bit about your position you play, and what expectations from coach or role on the team and what that looks like. And he mentioned every single one of them are 4-year starters, right?
No. 2-year starter.
2-year and then 4. Okay, all right. So, Adrian, talk to me about what you do, Coach.
I'm a running back on offense and outside linebacker on defense. I'm mainly just a voice and to just keep everybody cool-headed, and just keep the defense together, and just set the tone on offense.
MJ, what about you?
Depending on which week it is, you'll see me everywhere. I mean, we plan according to the games, but mainly I've been a slot running back. And on the defense side, outside linebacker.
Okay. And then Tyler, what about you?
I'll be a quarterback, safety, and a little bit of receiver.
Okay.
Coach, let's talk a little bit about a team that continues to stay at the top of that 4A3 conference, and that's the Highland Rebels.
Yeah, you got one of the bright young coaches in the state in Sterling Stowers. All you got to do is be around him for a few minutes, and you understand why Highland's on the up. They go 9-3 last year, 1 conference loss to Southside, and it was a nail biter, a 1-score game. He returns Austin Christie at quarterback. Ultra accurate, good movement in the pocket, just that leader out there, that kind of field general that you want at quarterback. You got Nate Huckabee, who's a leading receiver from last year, back, and then Jimmy Jensen. Coach Stowers just raves about Jimmy Jensen, and I call him 7 from all the stuff that I've watched. He's going to line up at receiver, running back, H-back, in the defensive secondary. He's going to return kicks. He's the guy that he's going to be one of those names at the end of the year that, in my opinion, is going to be, up for player of the year and that conference and in the area. I think Highland is the one chance, along with Pocahontas, that could give Southside a run for their money in that conference.
I want to thank everybody for tuning into the show. We covered a lot of teams, guys. If we missed some, it's a 60-minute show, so I apologize for that. But if you do pick up the latest edition of NEA Sports, the magazine, you can find it online on the NEA Sports Facebook page, or you can pick a copy up at smaller towns in some of your local grocery stores or banks, but also the main hub to pick one up is at Fat City Steak and Grill House here in Jonesboro. Also want to mention that NEA Sports Network has a slate of games that we will cover for this football season. Randy, you and I will be doing a lot of those together. We'll be joined by some different people throughout the year. We start out Salem at Pocahontas, a state champion at going to Pocahontas. That was a good game last year. And then we got games on their schedule like Osceola at Rivercrest. Like, I am so pumped for that one.
Well, it doesn't get any better than that.
No. And here's our last 3. Osceola at Rivercrest, Mark Tree at EPC, and Walnut Ridge at Hoxie. So it's going to kind of figure out what was the best rivalry out of those 3. And Marcus, those are some stout rivalries. Got 2 Valley View games, the Harding Academy at Valley View game. I'm interested in seeing that because we know Harding Academy, has a tradition of being very, very good.
And with the new coach coming from Shiloh Christian, interesting to see what he brings to Harding Academy. Yeah, it's going to be a good one.
Yeah, so again, just follow us on the NEA Sports Facebook page. You can also check us out on the NEA Sports YouTube page as well for all those games. But again, check us out. All right, guys, so each year in the basketball show, I've asked the panel to select their lock to win a state championship. I've also told them they could do a dark horse or sleeper pick if they wanted to. We've never done it for football for whatever reason. I don't know why. So being the gentleman that I am and that I am for that panel every year, I always let them take their picks first. And I always go last. So, Marcus, who's your lock to win a state championship? And we're talking NEA schools.
Yeah. If I had to pick a lock, I'm going to go with EPC. Been there twice. I kind of feel like they've got a lot of pieces coming back, and third time's a charm. I think that's my lock. I want to throw one dark horse in. Keep an eye on that 3A3 conference. I really feel like there's multiple teams that can come out of there, but I'm going to go with Newport as my dark horse.
Okay. All right, Coach, what about you?
All right. Well, I'm going to lean heavy on the coaches. And my lock is the Osceola Seminoles.
Yep.
Robert Hooks has been there, done that. They returned so many guys from last year. Tyler Bell at quarterback, MJ Washington running back. He's got a great coaching staff. Made it deep last year, 2 playoff wins and then a loss. I think they could make. I think they're going to do it this year. My dark horse is the Marion Patriots.
Okay.
I've always said that Marion is one of the toughest places to play. If Coach Clark can get his guys to get home field advantage in the playoffs, I think they got a chance.
Okay, well, let me just say, y'all both picked the 2 teams I was going to pick as my locks. So I'm going to go with Southside. They've got so much coming back. Kenny Simpson is a football guru. I like what they've got, and I mean, they made it to the semis last year. Dark horse, I don't know necessarily if you call this team a dark horse. They were 10-2 last year, but Cedar Ridge, I like their chances in 8-man. So there's our picks. We'll see how it turns out, and we'll find out in December. I want to thank everyone for tuning in to our annual NEA Sports preseason football show. Coach, thanks for being on here with us. Look forward to calling games with you this year.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
And Marcus, same here. It's been a tradition for us the last few years in football. So I know we're all excited about it, guys. Just want to thank our sponsors for the show. Cannot do this without them. And also to our student athletes and coaches. Want to wish you all a very successful 2025 football season.